Hello, I'm David William Weisner, and this is David Weisner Speaks, Episode 5. Tonight I'm going to talk to you a little bit about gratitude. Gratitude is something that a lot of us take for granted, or we don't have it, especially for things like food, roof over our head, cars. I was brought up in a middle class family in Staten Island. I never wanted for anything. We had a beautiful, nice house. We had cars. I always had food. My mother was a great cook. Um, I took it for granted, you know, as I think a lot of us do. And then, as you know, in my previous videos, I became bipolar at 19, mostly from doing all that LSD. And then I became homeless. Okay, and I was homeless out on the West Coast. I had nothing to eat at all. I had to beg for change. I had to beg for food. It was embarrassing. Most of the times, I had to go through garbage cans to eat. And I mean, that is the lowest of the low, especially on a crowded beach. I tried to do it at night when people were in. It was dangerous out there. And I had to like go through the garbage cans looking for some food, whatever it was. Um, Half-eaten cheeseburger, whatever it was food to me. Old coffee from a restaurant, whatever I could find. And a lot of times, because there were dogs on this beach, they put the bags of shit on the top. I had to like grab through that just to find food for the day, for the night, for right there. And this changed me in profound ways. Now, every morsel of food I eat, I thank God that I have it. I'm lucky right now. I have enough for food, for shelter, for whatever I need. And God, do I have gratitude for it. Like you just couldn't believe. I try not to take things so much for granted. There are people all over the world who don't have anything. Don't have clean water, don't have a job, don't have food. Some people, it's so hard. It's so hard all over, even in, like I said, in this country. I was really never out of this country, only a couple of times. There's a lot of homeless people out there. If you see them, give them food. Give them a few bucks if you have it. You know, there was a time I was on the streets of New York City and I was starving to death. And I didn't know what to do. I was just asking around, you got any money? You got any food? And these two teenage girls came up to me and said, hey, are you hungry? And I was like, yes, very much. They said, well, come to McDonald's with us and we'll buy you a dinner. And they did. They bought me like a Coke, a cheeseburger, fries. I'm telling you, it's the best food I ever had. You know, those girls are saints. They didn't have to do that. I doubt they were rich girls, but they took pity on me, a homeless person. I probably looked like shit. My hair was long. I didn't wash. My shoes were broken and dirty. Please help the homeless. I don't have money to help the homeless right now. I live on a disability check. I'm trying to be a writer and a YouTuber. It takes years to make any money. But, you know, I always give somebody something if they ask me. I was in a bar about a week or two ago, and there was a homeless man there. and he had a Yankee hat on, and he was drinking water from the bar, and just hanging out. And I was talking to him about the Yankees, and he said, "Man, I have really bad stomach problems. Uh, could you give me $3?" He wanted to get an antacid or something from the store across the street. I said, "You know what, man? I really have nothing, but I'll give you three." And I gave him $3. And that man went across the street for a few minutes, and he came back to me, and he really surprised me. He hugged me, and he kissed me on the cheek, and he said, "You're an angel, man. You saved me." For $3, I saved him from pain. I don't know, it was Pepto-Bismol, one of those antacid things. He had an ulcer. He was an old guy on the streets. That meant so much to me. He called me an angel. I just gave him $3. Please give to people. Give to charity. Give to the homeless. We have so much in this world, in America. And don't be cheap. If you see homeless people on the street, just give them food. They need it. I know a lot of people think they're scamming or they're drug addicts. And maybe some of them are. But a lot of them are mentally ill and just want food. So if you don't want to give money, take them, buy them something. Buy them some pizza. You know, I was in one town when I was homeless. My favorite food is pizza. And I stole a slice of pizza from a store. And they called the police. Pizza was like, I don't know, $2. And I got arrested for it. Arrested for a $2 slice of pizza. And I had to go to jail overnight. And then they let me out. And eventually a lawyer who was helping me in New York City from Rikers Island I was actually in 19 West, which is Bellevue Hospital at the time. She helped me by coming up here on her way to her parents upstate, and she got the charges dropped. But they would have stuck. I don't know what kind of charges. It's not even funny. I was in jail overnight for stealing a slice of pizza. Please help the homeless. Now, I think there's so many ways to show gratitude. And I hope no one ever suffers like this, like I did. But in some ways, I'm glad I did, because it changed me for the good. Now, let's get back to where we are really, again. And I keep harping on this in David Weisner Speaks, because remember, this is a school. This is a school for souls. God is the schoolmaster. We are his students. And I'm going to pray with you right now, like this. God, who are in heaven, please never let anyone in this world be without food again. Amen. And I ask you to pray that prayer every day to God. Every day to God. There's one God, as I always tell you, the creator of the universe. And remember, this is just a school. It's a school for souls. So be good to each other. We are all brothers and sisters. When we die, we go to the same place. We go to heaven. This is not a Jewish heaven or a Muslim heaven, or a Christian heaven, or a Jain heaven, or a Chinese heaven. There's nothing. There's just heaven. We all go to the same place. We all worship the same God, or we should. The God is the God of love. Love. That's all he is. God is love. So he brought us to the school for one reason. For us. For us. To be better people. To be better souls. To understand that we are our brothers' keepers and our sisters' keepers. Please love each other all the time. So, more than anything, I want people to be have gratitude. Okay. The the moral of this story is this: no matter what happens, do it for love. Do it for God. Help people. Help one another. Give to charity. If you have $1 billion, give 100 million. Make sure it's the right place. Give it to food. Give it to everything you can. If you have $5, I don't know, then don't give anything. You need it yourself. There's such a disparity in this world of the haves and the have-nots. It's a sin. If you have a lot of money, please help people. Okay, that's the end for today. Please remember gratitude. Please pray for gratitude. And God bless you all. Good night.